So now we will have a brief demonstration of MyOcean Viewer by Anaïs Perrin. She is a user support officer at Mercator International, and she will. Yes, hello, Anaïs. So the floor is yours whenever you want.
So, welcome everyone. I'm Anaïs from the user support team of Copernicus Marine. I will introduce you the main feature of our MyOcean Viewer Pro. To access it, you just have to click on Ocean Visualization here. So you have our three different ocean viewer, the MyOcean Learn, dedicated to beginners, the MyOcean Lights for intermediates, and the MyOcean Pro for experts like you. So two layers will be open by default on your interface. By passing your mouse over the name of the variable, you have access to the name of the open product, as well as the dataset and the variable. These two layers come from a global forecast product, one for physical data, here temperature, and the other for biological data, here chlorophyll. In our case, it will be interesting we will be interesting for these two variables, but it will also interesting to add the current speed for the IBI region. To search for a project through our catalog, you just have to click on Add Layer, and you arrive on the Copernicus Marine Data Store. Near 300 projects are present. We therefore have all our projects classified according different categories, the most popular, indicators and trends, new in Copernicus Marine, and so on. The short description of the products informs us about the name of the product, the data assimilation mode used, whether it is a model or an observation like this, but also about the temporal coverage here and the variables present in it. So filters column on your left allows you to refine your search, either by entering keywords or by informing the time period, or by clicking directly on the parameters corresponding to your search. So I can write here velocity, okay, or even mark it as a variable here. I will add IBI region for the area. I will choose hourly for temporal resolution, and I will stay on the numerical model. So we are with our 4 products corresponding to our search. If you look into a little closer on the name of this product, you see that the first is the forecast project containing physicals variable like mixed layer thickness, salinity, sea surface height, temperature, and velocity. The another is a forecast project, but for wave relative variable. The last two are multi-year project and not forecast. So I will choose the first. So we arrived on the description page of the project with its presentation. The reference is used and a part on the parameters taken into account for this one, like variables, temporal extent, temporal resolution, and so on. On the left, you will see other tabs like a notification that tracks all incidents, improvement, and maintenances in progress or past on this project. The data access tab which show you all the data sets contains in the project, as well as direct links to MOTU interface, OpenDAP, FTP, and WMS. By clicking on the small information button, you arrive directly on the articles of our Help Center by linking with the chosen access mode. And these articles are there to explain to you how these download modes work. So the Contacts tabs allows you to contact the Help Center. And then you have the documentation section with the links to the license, the user manual, and the quality information document. The user manual contains all the technical information relating to the project, and the quality information documents provides information on all the more scientific information or information relating to the mode of data acquisition. If you like the project, you can share it with the share icon here at the top right. This button allows you to copy the URL address of the project. And to visualize the variables of the project, you just have to click on Add to Map. And you can then choose the variables of interest present in different datasets of the project. So let's take the seawater velocity in dataset hourly here with the H in 2 dimension. And I click to Add to Map. So we have our 3 variables open on our interface. You can easily pan around the map by holding down the left click and zooming in and out using your mouse wheel. For more visibility, you can change the priority order of the layer by dragging them up and down. And I choose to add layer or not by clicking on the eye. So we see that 4 to 5 icons are present. The first is used to download data. The second returns the product description page. The layer icon allows you to change the open variable by another present in the dataset. The gear is used to customize the layer, and finally, the log icon is used to apply a logarithmic scale to the data. This option is not present in all the variables. For the sake of visibility, I will modify the opacity of the current layer. I will change the color palette used with this, for example, or this. I can also modify the minimum and the maximum values to apply and decide whether or not to mask the values exceeding this limit. A unique feature of velocity layers is the style. And here I will make them appear as vectors. Okay, so in winter we don't really realize the temperature difference between the ocean and the sea. That's why, thanks to the bottom bar here, I decide to present data for 1 day in summer, like this. I will also change the color palette for the temperature layer to clearly see the difference. Okay, it's better. If I click on the map, I make a point appear, give me its coordinates here, as well as the values of the different open variable. And if I click, I can also choose to hide the layers by clicking on the little arrow here. If I click at another place in my map, I make a new point appear. And here we clearly see the difference of 6 degrees between the ocean and the sea in summer. I can remove my point with the cross here. So we can also clearly see the difference, see the height current speed, sorry, in the Strait of Gibraltar. And zooming a little more on the bottom bar here, like this, I can even view the data hour by hour, like this. It's only possible because this data is hourly data. The left and right arrow on your keyboard allows you to change the date of the data visualization, but day by day. So we also have here a layer containing the chlorophyll A on the global scale. I will choose to view it like this. And we see that the resolution of this product is not good enough for our case here. So I will search for the same type of data, but for EB region. It would be interesting to see how certain elements are transported by currents, such as chlorophyll A. To open another variable layer, you can either replace an already open layer with another layer present in the same product using the layer icon here, which is not interesting here because we are looking for another geographical area. Or we can click on add layer and search for a product. So by default, so we have here our filter already open on your no our not data store. So I can remove our filter, or I can also modify them. So I will remove our filter here. So I want chlorophyll A, so I will choose the plankton variable for EB region. And I also want daily data on a numerical model. The first project offers is a forecast model here, and the second is a multi-year product. So I will choose the first, and I can directly access to the variable by clicking on Add to Map. And I will choose my variable in daily dataset. So it's much better. I can remove the other layer here, the global, and I will bring back to the fore the current velocity. So we can clearly see that the chlorophyll is well transported by currents, but also that the highest concentration of chlorophyll are at the mouth of river. You will notice that another option is available with the chlorophyll layer. You can select the depth level on the right. It's possible because it's a three-dimension layer, unlike current velocity. By default, data displayed are surface data, but you can change these parameters by clicking on the scale. You can zoom in and out with your mouse wheel here. You can also use your up and down arrow on your keyboard. Okay. Above the scale, you have different objects that can be created. Point, as seen previously, lines for creation of transect, and area. Lines here. and area. Object creation is useful for visualizing a graph based on our open variables, but also for downloading this particular area. You also have access to the MyOcean Viewer settings here, where you can, for example, change the units of the object in kilometer or miles. Graphics appears with the creation of object. This is a representation of a sample of the data. For this location, you can delete graph here or make other appear here. You can also decide to download this data in CSV format here, but you must enter your Siemens identifier. Access to data download is reserved for user with an account. As I remember, the registration is completely free. Your identifier will be requested if you have not filled it before, each time you wish to download data. So I can connect directly here or here within the settings or here in the download tabs. Okay. Not that the downloading of this data is only carried out on a sample of data. It doesn't reflect all the data of your object. And this, even if you increase the resolution of the graph like this. So let's move on the data download part. To do this, let's go to the download icon here of the variables you want to download. Here the chlorophyll. You can here we need to fill the geographical area. You can either define on map option, use the define on map. With this option, you can draw our area of interest directly on the map by maintaining left click, erase our selection using the cross, or even select a previously created object. In the date range section, you must fill in the time period you are interested in. Next to it indicates the time period available for this variable in the project. Be sure to indicate dates including this one. In the same way as the define on map option, you can automatically select the date of your visualization by clicking on as in map. Here for the, all right, and here as in map. So the same way for elevation range here, but I will stay on surface data. The also download part allows you to additionally download other variables present in the same dataset. And the final step is to upload your parameterized data. A word of caution though, downloading via Motu is subject to 1 GB data download limit. If your request exceeds this limit, like this, for example, like this, a red message appears. The links takes you to the data access tab, from where by clicking on the information icon you have access to articles from our App Center I said previously. Next to it, you have the Show API request button, which allows you to obtain the requests that correspond to your parameterized data. This request is useful when you want to download your data programmatically, for example. In case of problem, you can contact the help center by clicking on the small bubble at the top, talk to an expert. If you have a problem, in particular a download problem, it's important to communicate your API request to us so that we can help you as best as we can. To do this, I will open a chat session here and click on the request, copy, and paste it in my message. So we also notice that on the home tab of the chat, you have direct access to our article present in our Help Center. By search for a product, you can search a product by entering keywords like MyOcean. And you have, by the way, an article tells you how to view data on MyOcean Pro, like in this presentation here. The MyOcean Viewer also has a sharing functionality by clicking on the icon here. You can then share the links of your visualization with whoever you want, create an object or even a video, or even generate an embedded link to include your visualization on your website, for example. So finally, we have the information icon here, which details all the keyboard shortcuts you can use on the MyOcean. And don't forget that we have some articles available on our App Center concerning the MyOcean Viewer, but not only. The user support team is nevertheless here to answer your question and helps you if you encounter difficulties. Thank you.